3, 2, 1. Here we go, baby. This is going to be much faster. And we got a heavy gunner now, so I'm excited. Okay, so essentially what I'm doing as soon as I go in, I can kind of talk about the way you beat this guy from the start, is I'm just immediately trying to build up my charges because I'm a Zerg, so I'm using the stacks. Pretty much you just keep dodging. Like that move, he's always going to attack forward and leave the purple aura on the ground. If you get tagged by that, there is a small chance that you can jump out of it quick enough that you'll survive, but it'll mute all of your abilities, so you won't regen any spirit. So you really gotta watch out for that, especially when he does his big ground fart. That, when he has darkness in his hand, is when he does the push away. So what that essentially does is debuffs. Oh, we're doing good. That debuffs everyone from using pots. And as he's teleporting, you'll see he'll do a little bunny hop. You gotta catch him after he's at his highest peak and coming back down. That's when you gotta grab him, because otherwise if you try to grab him any sooner than that, he's gonna knock you on your butt and kick you off of him, and then you won't end up getting the grab. And then otherwise, you know, when he uses his staff is self-explanatory. He's throwing some yellow mist on the ground. You really got to overemphasize your dodges on this guy, though, because there is a slight lag input that can end up happening. So there he's doing the darkness, and as I mentioned before, when he's doing that darkness cast, he's actually targeting the furthest enemies until we end up getting him back to platform 1. And then whenever the ads end up coming up, what essentially is happening here is they're healing for some reason. That's disgusting. They're not supposed to. But essentially we've got... Oh, the heavy gunner lagged. That's why. The heavy gunner will... Why don't I have my spirit? Did I touch that purple? Oh, the stupid game, man. But the heavy gunner's job is to jump up in the air and use homing rockets, and that'll just one-shot those ads, get them out of the way. Because otherwise, when they heal him, they're healing him like, I don't know, something like 10 mil each. So if you're not really on the ball with it, it really ends up adding up to the time. And if you're not doing enough damage, honestly, you're not going to be able to complete this guy quick enough. There we go. That's more what I'm talking about. Okay, I gotta really hug this guy so I don't touch that purple. There we go. That's better. That's one of the big problems that happens. This guy's so fast, sometimes you can't actually see, like, see that purple that was hidden behind him the whole time? So sometimes you just can't, you know, you can't dodge it. But as I said, with him disabling you from using potions, it means that most players, unless you're like a Zerk or Heavy Gunner, or you have like a percentage heal for yourself, you're going to have to use, what do they call them? Like lavenders or something like that. I'm not exactly sure what they're called. But you buy them for blue stars from Queenstown. And they're kind of like a personal healing item that will also heal people around you. So if somebody else gets muted or is just having like a damage over time proc, you know, you kind of just got to help your mates out as much as you can with these abilities, right? And you got to really watch out for when he's doing that kind of fart blast thing. You got to watch out that he doesn't push you into the purple. So when he's doing his darkness, see where he did that huge, very obvious, very big, like, oh, I'm going to attack everyone at once. That's why what you do for this guy is you make sure that the knight and the priest are the only two people that actually have their name tags on. Which, for some reason, that Berserker guy has his on. I don't know why. And essentially the reason for this is so that you know when to run to the priest, and then you know when to run to the knight. Because when he does those unblockable kill everything on the map moves, you run under the knight because he's going to end up casting his shield that will protect you from, like, make you invulnerable from damage for like a split second. And you kind of got to use that at very specific timing intervals. Now, the stuff that you guys don't see going on is, I'm not entirely sure how it works myself, because I'm obviously not the class, but the knight immediately at the beginning of the game, at the beginning of the round, is actually luring all of the ads to the door. So the ads are the added enemies, you know, the additional enemies, whatever. It's just like his little babies that kind of cause trouble. And you saw in the last round that we were in that those guys can just stun lock you and knock you around. It's really annoying. So what the knight does is kind of lures them to the front door so they don't give us any trouble. And then when we end up getting to the next phase, and we're on platform 1 again, he will summon either fire or ice adds, and that's where you need either a wizard or a rune blader to take care of them by using the opposite element. So until then, the adds are kind of different, right? So you kind of got to watch out for that. And every time he's using his laser, you just kind of stand behind his butt, cause as much damage as you can, then you run around him, and he's going to do a full 360 spin. Sometimes he'll end up spinning twice, so you really got to watch out. And then right after, he's going to end up doing his his purple slam down. And you can see the adds are spawning in the top left as well. See, that was bad of me. That was really, really close to the purple when he was pushing me. So usually if you're getting pushed around, you can dodge while that's happening. And when he teleports away, now we just, again, stand still, don't do anything. The knight's going to end up using his shield again to protect us. Sometimes if you've got it coordinated with your group, you could end up like, you know, moving a little bit closer to the boss just so that everybody can end up outputting more damage. But again, I've got that precious life steal, so I can keep myself alive. He's using his darkness, and now he's actually targeting the closest enemy. That is to say, one of us. But you can see all of those darkness auras from the entrance, and that's those adds that the knight ended up luring there at the beginning. So now somebody's got to go and take care of them, so that we don't end up, you know, getting absolutely destroyed by all of that stuff. That's why you can see those dudes on the left. Those are the fire elementals. So if somebody would kindly take care of them, but it seems like they're having a little bit of trouble, unfortunately, because you can't cause damage to them unless you're using the element. And if they get too up close and personal to you, you're just taking damage and you're going to die. Like, the thing that's interesting about this guy is there's so many different mechanics just going on at once that you get completely flabbergasted your first few times running him. And that's the thing, is it's like, unfortunately, everyone's kind of try hard about this, which is understandable because people want to actually get the clear, because otherwise you're essentially just wasting time. But you need a lot of practice in order to be able to actually complete the run in the first place. So it's like, you got to try and find a group that's willing to actually do that for you. But then on top of it, you got to be able to get far enough that you can even practice the later tiers. Now, that said, with him being on this first platform, there's not really that many new mechanics outside of, you know, the timer to his teleporting and stuff like that. He's pretty much going to be using all of the same abilities. It's not like we're going to have to, you know, worry about anything extra. So there, let's see, I was trying to dodge because I didn't want to get knocked into the purple. And then I'm pretty sure very soon he's going to be going to his next phase again. We're actually not... Are we? Is he at half health? No, he's lower than half health. Okay, so we're doing better than I thought. I thought we were doing pretty bad. But there's kind of certain ways that you can tell like what he's going to do. There's his darkness, which again is just going to keep disabling the pots. He's going to jump and teleport anytime now. I know it. Like, I got a feeling in my gut. When you've run this guy enough times, you just kind of know. Oh, gosh. Well, at least it wasn't the next phase, so it doesn't matter that I didn't grab him. And as he teleports here, you see he's just doing his laser, but we're on a different plane. Apparently, there's a pay-to-win way of doing this where you can actually use the cars out of the cash shop. Those, for some reason, count as putting you on a different block terrain. So you can use those, apparently, to dodge his laser while you're right in his face. Oh, man, I grabbed him, but I let go real quick. Now, he'll either be on platform 2 or 3, so you do got to watch out for where he ends up teleporting. That's why I like to do a quick little check of the map, because he's not always going to end up being on this platform. Also, you see the adds, once again, are being taken care of by the knight. He's actually grabbing all the adds out of the center of the map that would have otherwise absolutely decimated us. And he's bringing those guys back over to the entrance right now. Or somebody is. Maybe somebody ended up taking care of them. But now his adds are going to end up spawning a lot faster. He's also going to end up teleporting every 30 seconds, as I mentioned previously. So you really got to watch out for that. And it's every 30 seconds, so it'll be at 27, I think, is going to be his next time that he'll teleport. It's not always exact. It's not 100%. 515. Really? I thought it would be 517 or 527. I guess I counted that wrong. But either way, so long as you keep time of it, it's pretty, you know, you at least know I got to get close to this guy. And the other ability that he's doing right there, very self-explanatory. He blocks off half of the platform. And I don't know, you just got to stay out of there, honestly. But now you can see he's bringing up even more healing adds, so people got to take care of those right away. Oh, man, I grabbed him, but I let go too quick. I just tap the button like a madman because honestly, it just serves me better than actually trying to time it because I'm not good enough at it. But see, now he's doing the darkness again, and it's chasing all of our dudes that were a little too close to him. And essentially, we just kind of do the same thing, kind of repeat the process. Now, the thing is that red that he plopped down, that's kind of based on where he's located. So it's like, as you can see, it's not always going to end up being placed down at the same spot, covering the same portion of the map. It's depending on where he is when he places it down. Oh, come on. I grabbed him again, but he knocked me off that time. Like, what's going on with this? I think it's that little delay that we've got because I'm streaming. And there's his ads again. They got off a heal, which shouldn't really matter. We are doing pretty good damage. We were able to do it last time, no problem. So I wouldn't expect us to fail. And then all there really is after... Oh, gosh. Yup. Well, there was nothing I could do there, man. He's going to teleport any second. He's going to teleport any second. That's why I don't want to move my mouse out of the way. There we go. But all he's really got is the one phase after this where he kind of teleports back to platform 1. And from that point, all he really does is the same as you guys saw last time, where he's just going to end up kind of doing the same abilities, just casting his... You know, using his staff again, putting that darkness explosion on the ground. Oh, no, don't you tag me. He's going to teleport soon, too. And then eventually he's just going to start spamming his lasers, so you just got to try and watch out for that. And there's a couple things you can do to dodge it. He's going to teleport. Yep. There's a couple things you can do to kind of dodge his laser when he gets to his final phase, which can end up being quite difficult if you don't know what you're doing. Whoop. It also is really difficult depending on the class that you're using. Certain characters like Zerk, I can dash through opponents with my dash, so it's really, really easy for me to stay alive and dodge this guy, on top of having the life leech ability, meaning that I don't need to use any healing items, so I don't gotta buy those at all. And then, oh gosh. Oh gosh, really? Is he back to phase, final phase? Final phase. Good, 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 good. So now extra ads are going to spawn as usual. Someone's got to take care of them right away, because otherwise we're going to really deal with some trouble here by getting stun locked until we can't do anything anymore. He's going to just keep shooting his yellow on the ground over and over again. No, you don't. And eventually, yeah, someone's got to take care of these ads right away, dude. Like, seriously. When he teleports to the center of the map, he's going to kind of pull everybody in. And then that's when he starts, like, his laser phase. So this is kind of the pre-final phase, I guess, kind of thing. I really want to watch out for his... Oh, gosh. For his extra attacks here. Come on. Come on, boys. We still got 2 minutes, so we should be good. Because you can really just lay on the hurt at these final phases, because he kind of just stands still like an idiot a lot. Yeah. Well, I gotta stand by everybody instead of standing on my lonesome. And then this is where, again, the knight is gonna use his ult to protect us. And then you just kind of lay on the pain train. Keep hitting him as much as we can. Eventually he's gonna do a laser. He always spins... oh, never mind. I thought he always span counterclockwise, but I guess he's not consistent with it. For the first laser, though, he doesn't really seem to... Oh, gosh. He doesn't seem to spin both ways. He does that, like, after this first one, I'm pretty sure. So he's going to spin once, and then he's going to start spinning, yeah, the other direction. And this is where it starts getting a little bit more difficult to kind of, like, hit him just because of how mobile he is and how you're not really going to have much opportunity to attack him, depending on your character. So right now I'm Zerk, so I can just jump down and still be attacking one block up. Which, it's going to be close, but we are going to get this guy for sure. And he's going to teleport one more time and should be... Okay, yeah, sometimes he just teleports straight to the center instead of waiting. Why is the priest not healing me? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm really on the edge. Yes, we are. Oh gosh, really? So he's got even more ads going on. And you gotta be really careful not to get up on his terrain, because otherwise you can really just get screwed by all the craziness that he's got going on with him. I think we're still gonna... Come on. Yeah! Woo! That was so close. To us dying, it wasn't like we were not going to beat him. It's funny how after the dry run, like the dry run we did better, which clearly means that we had a better group. Running more? Yeah, man, I need one more. And that's pretty much Devorak. So I'll try to make that a clip so that I can have it as a tutorial for Devorak. And I'll put that out on YouTube at some point.